Hey, welcome to our class of Tuesday Night Beer School with me, Chad, of Chad's Beer Reviews, and
Christina.
the student. So I said, if you missed it last time, I said we're going to do all Belgian beer month for January, and we're just going to go in order, single, double, triple, quad, and we're starting with the Belgian single. Overall impression of blonde, bitter, hoppy table beer that is very dry and highly carbonated. The aggressive, fruity, spicy Belgian yeast character and high bitterness is forward in the balance with a soft, supportive, grainy sweet malt palate and a spicy floral hop profile. Comments often not labeled or available outside monastery or infrequently brewed. Might also be called monk's beer, brother's beer, simply a blonde. Highly attenuated, generally 85%. So yeah, very dry beer. Basically, it's what the monks drink. That's why they call it Patter's beer or Father's beer or whatever.
Yeah.
Characters and ingredients. Pretty simple beer. Pilsner malt, Belgian yeast, continental hops. Yeah. Basically like a Belgian Pilsner, sort of. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it says right here, style comparison, like a top fermented Belgian interpretation of a German Pils. Pale, hoppy, and well attenuated, but with a strong Belgian yeast character. Has less sweetness, higher attenuation, less character malt, and is more hop-centered than a Belgian Pale Ale. More like a much smaller, more highly hopped Belgian Triple with its bitterness and dryness than a smaller Belgian Blonde. So our vitals, it's not too strong, 4.8 to 6% ABV, very light color, 3 to 5 SRM. Commercial examples. We do have one on this list, although I thought both of these were on this list. So we have St. Bernardus Extra 4. This one is 4.8 ABV. And you have...
How do you pronounce that?
Westmalle Trappist Extra.
Also 4.8 ABV.
Yeah. Which, that one's on the list.
They both are.
That one, oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
The Westmalle is actually made by monks, but this one is made by like a commercial brewery. So like this is called Abbey Ale. All right, so we're going to get our beer poured and we'll be right back with the aroma. All right, we've got our beers poured and already you can see there's a difference. Mm-hmm. So which one do you want to start with?
The Westmalle.
Okay. So let's give that a whiff. Kind of like green grape or green pear or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of a green apple kind of smell.
Has like almost like a Sauvignon Blanc kind of character.
Yeah, very much so. In looks and in smell.
I would not call it citrusy.
Not at all.
But it does have like a fruity essence.
A little bit, but it smells kind of dry.
Yeah, it's like a dry wine. Like you can just tell like right off the aroma.
Yeah.
I mean, it's made with Pilsner malt, so it has that a similarity to like a Pilsner like lager style beer just off the grain. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a very complex nose. I mean, it's just grain and yeast character.
Yep.
All right, so let's smell the St. Bernardus. I think the first thing I noticed was how not fruity it is compared to the Westmalle.
Yeah, this one's a lot more subtle in smell.
It's more like grainy. Like I can actually smell the Pilsner malt in this one, and I actually can smell the hops in this one. I didn't really get the hops off the Westmalle. The Westmalle is more yeasty.
Yeah.
And the St. Bernardus is more grain and like just like a little bit of hops on there. It doesn't smell quite as Belgian-y to me as the Westmalle.
Yeah, they're quite different, aren't they?
Yeah, at least off aroma.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's check the specs on that. Aroma, medium low to medium high Belgian yeast character showing a fruity spicy character along with medium low to medium spicy or floral hops, rarely enhanced by light herbal or citrusy spice additions. First of all, that's a run-on sentence. That could be 2 sentences right there. Medium low to medium high Belgian yeast character. All right, well, I would say the St. Bernardus is medium low and the Westmalle is medium high yeast.
Yeah.
Fruity spicy, yeah. But it says along with medium low to medium spicy. Yeah, so yeah, I'd probably say medium spicy for St. Bernardus, medium low for the Westmalle. Rarely enhanced by light herbal or citrusy spice. Yeah, I don't get herbal or spice on either of these.
No.
Low to medium low malt backdrop with bready, crackery, grainy, or light honey notes. Yeah, I would agree for both. Fruit expression can vary widely. I think the Westmalle was quite fruity, or relatively speaking. Phenols are typical, like black pepper or clove. Bubblegum inappropriate. Yeah, I don't get clove, and I definitely don't get bubblegum.
Bubblegum would be gross.
Yeah, that's just a thing you tend to get on Belgian and German beers off the yeast.
Oh.
I mean, to me, they're both, for the style guidelines, they're both right there. I think the Westmalle's like a little bit more Belgian-y. I'm going to go 11 for that one. What do you think?
I'll do a 9.
9?
Yeah.
And the St. Bernardus, I'm going to go 10.
I'll do a 10 as well.
10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so appearance, well, you can see, wow, the foam is still holding up. This one is the Westmalle, and this one is St. Bernardus, but your foams could just be how clean the glasses were, but as far as color goes, they're almost identical. I'd say they are identical.
Yeah, just about.
What about
pale,
clarity?
Very clear.
I'd say there's a slight haze to it. That's not transparent.
You don't think so?
No,
Oh.
it's got a little bit of a haze to it.
Oh, okay. I thought the glass was just frosted.
No. Good looking beers.
Yeah. Very clear and pale.
All right, let's see what the specs say about that. Oops. Appearance: pale yellow to medium gold color, generally good clarity with moderate size, persistent billowy white head with characteristic lacing. Well, it does say generally good character or good clarity.
Mm-hmm.
And the Westmalle does have billowy white head. I might penalize the St. Bernardus for not holding a head, but otherwise, they're both right there. Yeah, so the Westmalle, I will give the full 3 out of 3 too. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll do a 3 out of 3.
Okay.
For both.
For both?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to penalize the St. Bernardus for not holding the head because it does say billowy white head.
Oh, good point.
You want to go to 2?
Sure, I'll do a 2.
Okay. All right, now's the best part. We get to drink them. Which one you want to start with?
Westmalle.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
That is surprisingly fruity. Although it did smell fruity.
Yeah. Of course, very dry.
Yeah. Yeah, finishes bone dry.
It's very hoppy.
I don't think it's so much the hops. I think it's just that it's a very dry beer, and like there might be like a little bit of like spicy yeast character to it.
Oh, that's right. They
Like-
said clove could be common, right?
Yeah, but I mean when I think like really like, I guess if you're relatively speaking, but you want to talk hoppy, that's IPA, you know.
Oh.
I think it's just because it is a dry beer, it just seems like a little, but it just seems, maybe it seems like a little bit more bitter than it actually is.
Yeah, I could see that.
All right, now we'll try the St. Bernardus. Cheers again.
Cheers. Wow.
This one also has a fruity essence to it, but like it's a different kind of fruity flavor.
Yeah. This one's very dry
I,
compared to the other one.
Actually, to me, it's the other way around. I think the
Really?
Westmalle's drier.
Oh, yeah. This one's like a really dry wine.
Yeah, it does. They both finish, bone dry. This one, just like the aroma, I think like this one has like a little bit more like pronounced oxidized character. So I mean, when beer gets oxidized, it just seems to be a little sweeter than it actually is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's where it's coming from? There's some sort of spice there. I just can't figure out what it is.
I do get like kind of like an orange peel kind of thing on this one.
Oh.
There's no actual orange peel in it, but it seems to have like some kind of a citrusy essence. That could just be it's the differences between the yeast that these breweries use,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would not call it. I mean, it's not sweet, but like there's like kind of like more of a malty essence on this one. Like it seems like a little less dry. I mean, to me, it seems less dry.
Oh, man, this the driest beer I think I've probably ever had, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of fruit on this one.
I do get like a white wine or like a green grape kind of thing on here. Maybe a little green pear.
Oh, okay.
It's
like a wine quality.
Yeah, I mean maybe like a Sauvignon Blanc or something. It doesn't have nearly the pepperiness that the Westmalle had.
Right. See, compared now, I think the Westmalle's a little fruitier.
In fact, I think that like the Westmalle's like a tad bit like almost like skunky, but I think that's probably from the hops. I think the hops are more pronounced than the Westmalle.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it could just be the differences between the age of the bottles. But yeah, it's interesting that they're, you know, so similar and yet so different.
Yeah, I'm surprised how different they are in the taste.
Speaking of which, let's see how they should taste. Flavor, initial malty flavor is light and has a honeyed biscuit, bready, or cracker character. Yeah, I think the St. Bernardus, that's like what I was thinking. It's like slightly honey. Grainy but soft malt palate and a crisp, dry, hoppy bitter finish. Yeah, both dry, bitter finish. Pretty crisp. Moderate spicy or floral hop flavor on the palate. Yeah, it says moderate, and I might say these are like kind of like moderately low.
Yeah.
Moderate ester, similar in character, aroma. Light to moderate spicy phenols that's found in the aroma. Yeah. Medium to high bitterness accentuated by dryness. The yeast and hop character lasts into the aftertaste. Briefly, I would say.
The yeast and hop character lasts until the aftertaste.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, like they're both right there, but like for different reasons.
Yeah.
So as far as score for the Westmalle, I mean, I like both beers pretty much equally. I'm kind of penalizing. I think they're a little old. I'm gonna go 17 for the Westmalle. What do you think?
I'll do a 16 for the Westmalle.
16.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 16 for St. Bernardus.
I'll do 15.
15.
Yeah.
All right, mouthfeel. We don't really need to cut to that. I mean, I say the mouthfeel on these are pretty much identical. I would say light body, highly carbonated.
Yes.
Dry finish.
Yep.
I think like maybe the Westmalle is like slightly more crisp than the St. Bernardus. You know.
Crisp.
Yeah, like the Westmalle drinks a little bit more like a lager.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to say like if they're refreshing. I mean, they're refreshing if they're dry.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of like it's not strong enough that like this stands up to a meal. I mean, it might stand up to like chips, you know. And I think that it would pair well with like salty chips or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's meant to just be a table beer, like the beer equivalent of like an appetizer, you know. And I would definitely drink this over Bud Miller Coors Light any day. You know, it's 4.8 ABV. So, you know, pretty sessionable. Like the problem is like it's expensive and hard to find. So I mean, it's not like you're gonna watch football all day and drink either of these beers. But yeah, I would say the drinkability on it is pretty good. But it is also, you know, pretty effervescent. So it might the carbonation might get stuck in your throat. Yeah, let's check the specs on mouthfeel. Medium light to medium body. Smooth. Medium high to high carbonation, can be somewhat prickly. Should not have noticeable alcohol. Well, yeah, I wouldn't think so. Such a light ABV. Doesn't they say medium light to medium? Because I would probably, I mean, these are both medium light, you know, at least. Neither of them seems like medium to me. Like that's kind of like a standard IPA is like a medium.
Yeah, these aren't medium.
I would say it has a little bit more body than like a Bud Light or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And definitely high carbonation. Yeah, no warmth on these. So as far as score, I mean, I could give both 5. Why not, right?
Might as well. I think they're both right there.
Yeah.
I'll do a 5 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Overall, like I said, I kind of like both, like for slightly different reasons. I think the Westmalle's a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think it's just maybe this bottle is like slightly fresher than the St. Bernardus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that one. I could go 8 or 9. You know, I'll be a little generous. I'm gonna go 9.
I'll do an 8.
8.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 45 and 41. I'll give the St. Bernardus an 8.
I'll give St. Bernardus a 7.
7.
Yeah.
All right, so we were pretty close on St. Bernardus, a little bit off on the Westmalle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Westmalle is like a little bit more characterful, as they would say. They often say in the guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're at the end of the class. What did you learn, student?
These are meant to be very dry beers.
Mm-hmm.
They're made by monks.
Well, that one is.
This one, the Westmalle, is made by monks.
Mm.
And, dry.
You already said that.
Yeah. Oh, and they're clear or light yellow.
Yeah. Actually, no, I think what a good drinking situation, this would go like well with like a cheese board or like a fruit plate, like fruit salad or something.
I think cheese would be a wonderful compliment to that beer, actually.
Cheese and crackers, or
given the dryness of it, it would be right.
Or you could go contrasting, like do like, melon and like some kind of fruit salad in this. I think that would be an interesting pairing. I mean, but it'd be just as fine with like popcorn and chips or something like that.
Yeah, let's do a cheese board.
Yeah, wish I had some. All right, well, that does it for this class of Tuesday Night Beer School. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you. And we will see you next week. Till then, we'll see you next week for the double. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.